We're counting down the 10 deadliest surprises the Appalachian Mountains throw at hikers, from hazards hiding right along familiar trails to devastating threats that can strike in seconds. Toxic plants, invisible drop-offs, raging storms, sudden floods, stealthy predators, and the sheer scale of wilderness. Some of these dangers are so deceptive, ordinary outings can end in a fight for survival. Which killer risk tops the list? Let's start at number 10. In the 10th place, an innocent brush against the wrong plant can turn a scenic hike into a medical emergency. Giant hogweed, now spreading along riverbanks from the Shenandoah Valley through the Blue Ridge, packs a hidden punch. Its sap reacts with sunlight, causing severe burns that blister and scar within 24 hours. The U.S. Forest Service logged 212 hogweed exposures in 5 years, with 13% landing victims in the ER. Poison hemlock, another Appalachian regular, goes further. Its alkaloids can paralyze muscles and shut down breathing if ingested. Even poison ivy and poison oak, which line many popular trails, trigger raging dermatitis in 85% of people. In 2021, solo hiker Ashley Morris suffered second-degree burns and partial vision loss after unknowingly brushing hogweed near the Shenandoah River. The lesson is sharp. Never touch unknown foliage, and if contact happens, wash with cold water for at least 15 minutes and keep the area out of sunlight. In these mountains, even a patch of greenery can be a hidden threat. Number 9. The Appalachian forest floor hides a lethal legacy from a century of coal mining. Abandoned mine shafts. More than 6,300 unreclaimed shafts still puncture these mountains, some dropping over 400 feet straight down, their entrances disguised by leaf litter or a shallow dip in the ground. Methane and carbon monoxide collect in these forgotten tunnels. Just a 5% methane concentration can ignite with a single spark, turning a shaft into a deadly furnace. In 2021, a group hiking near Red River Gorge stepped onto what appeared to be solid ground. The earth collapsed, plunging them 110 feet into darkness. One hiker died before rescue teams could reach the bottom. These shafts aren't just relics. They're active hazards, with unstable timbers and toxic gases waiting beneath the surface. Staying on marked trails and reporting suspicious depressions can mean the difference between a safe hike and a fatal fall. In Appalachia, the ground itself can be your most unpredictable enemy. 8th place. A clear blue sky can turn lethal in seconds when you're hiking the high ridges of the Appalachians. These treeless balds and rocky outcrops act like lightning rods, drawing storms that unleash bolts hotter than the surface of the sun, up to 50,000 degrees Fahrenheit. The region records about 1,200 lightning strikes per 100 square kilometers every year, and those exposed summits offer nowhere to hide. In 2019, a backcountry guide named Max Patch was struck while leading a group across a Blue Ridge crest. The current stopped his heart instantly, but a teammate's quick use of an AED brought him back. Across the United States, lightning kills 20 to 25 people annually, and the Appalachians' dense network of ridgelines makes sudden storms especially dangerous. If you hear thunder, experts say you have 30 seconds to drop below the tree line, delay, and you risk becoming the tallest target. In these mountains, the sky itself can be the deadliest threat. Number 7. A wall of water can turn a peaceful Appalachian creek into a deadly trap in minutes. Flash floods strike hardest in these steep, narrow valleys, where heavy rainfall, sometimes over 80 inches a year, funnels runoff straight into stream beds. The force of that water can top 1,000 pounds per square foot, enough to sweep away hikers, vehicles, and even small bridges. In July 2022, a sudden storm in eastern Kentucky sent creeks rising by 10 feet per minute. Mike Jensen, an experienced hiker, was caught in Red River Gorge as water surged to his chest and swept his pack downstream. Clinging to a boulder, he survived by moving sideways to higher ground and waiting out the torrent. 43 people died in that flood event alone. In these mountains, always check weather radar before entering a gorge, and if you hear roaring water, move laterally. Never try to outrun a flash flood. Number 6. A chill that creeps in after sunset can turn a summer hike into a life-or-death struggle. Hypothermia isn't just a winter risk in the Appalachians. At elevations above 4,000 feet, night temperatures can plummet below 40 degrees, even in July. Wet clothing is a silent saboteur, stripping away body heat up to 25 times faster than dry layers. Wind sweeping across open ridges can drop the perceived temperature by another 25 degrees, setting the stage for rapid core cooling. Each year, about 1,100 hikers along the Appalachian Trail need rescue for hypothermia, often after unexpected storms or careless river crossings. In 2020, 3 campers on Roan Mountain were caught off guard by a cold front. 2 slipped into confusion and shivering before help arrived with insulated blankets and hot fluids. The danger is subtle. As your body temperature falls below 95 degrees Fahrenheit, thinking grows foggy, movement slows, and the odds of self-rescue fade. Staying alive means layering dry clothes, keeping an emergency bivy sack handy, and never underestimating the mountain's ability to steal warmth, even when the calendar says summer. Number 5. A single tick bite can turn a walk in the woods into a long-term health crisis. The Appalachian hardwood forests are home to black-legged and lone star ticks, tiny parasites carrying a hidden arsenal of pathogens. Lyme disease leads the pack, with the CDC estimating 500,000 United States cases each year. Nearly a third traced to these very mountains. In parts of Virginia and North Carolina, up to 45% of ticks test positive for Lyme bacteria. But the danger doesn't end there. The lone star tick can trigger alpha-gal syndrome, an allergy to red meat that can cause anaphylactic shock months after a bite. Rocky Mountain spotted fever, spread by the same ticks, has a 5% mortality rate if untreated. In June 2022, Carla Ruiz from Asheville developed a life-threatening reaction after eating a hamburger. Her only warning was a tick bite weeks before. The threat is stealthy and persistent. Perform full-body tick checks every hour. Treat your clothing with permethrin and remove ticks promptly with fine-point tweezers. In Appalachia, the smallest enemy can have the longest reach. Number 4. A black bear encounter in the Appalachian backcountry can go from harmless curiosity to life-threatening in seconds. With over 30,000 black bears roaming these forests and a 15% rise in human-bear conflicts in recent years, the risk is real, especially where food is left unsecured. Great Smoky Mountains. National Park alone logs more than 1,500 bear-related incidents annually, most involving food-conditioned bears that have lost their fear of people. Bears can sprint at speeds up to 35 miles per hour and react in under 2 seconds if startled or provoked. While fatal attacks are rare, averaging less than 1 per year, serious injuries are far more common, often caused by a bear defending a food cache or surprised at close range. In 2020, a backpacker near Shenandoah National Park was killed after a bear raided his unsecured cooler, sparking heated debate over mandatory bear canister rules. The lesson is clear. Store every crumb in certified bear-proof containers, keep a can of bear spray close at hand, and never let your guard down around these powerful animals. In the Appalachians, a moment's carelessness can draw a 300-pound predator straight into your camp. Coming to the top 3, venomous snakes wait in silence along the Appalachian trails, hidden beneath leaves and sun-warmed rocks. Timber rattlesnakes, stretching over 5 feet long, and copperheads with their hourglass bands both favor the cover of dense forest and rocky outcrops, exactly where boots and hands might stray. Each year in the United States, between 7,000 and 8,000 people are bitten by venomous snakes, with the CDC recording about 5 deaths. In the Appalachians, long stretches between trailheads mean help can be hours away. Timber rattlesnake venom contains metalloproteinases that destroy tissue and disrupt blood clotting, turning a bite into a race against time. Copperhead bites are rarely fatal, but they deliver intense pain and can leave lasting muscle damage. In 2018, Laura Kim was hiking the Cumberland Trail when a slip brought her face to face with a coiled rattlesnake. One strike, and venom began its work. Her quick thinking, immobilizing her leg and staying calm, bought precious minutes until rescue arrived. The lesson is blunt. In this region, always wear high boots and gaiters in rocky terrain, and if bitten, apply a pressure bandage, keep still, and call for help immediately. A single misstep can turn a quiet afternoon into a medical emergency where every minute matters. Number 2, the mountains themselves can become your deadliest adversary when ancient rock strata finally give way. After days of heavy rain, water seeps deep into cracks formed by centuries of freeze and thaw, loosening entire slopes that have stood still for millennia. When these stress lines finally snap, thousands of tons of rock and debris can rush downhill at speeds topping 20 miles per hour, delivering impact forces over 10,000 psi, enough to flatten anything in their path. The Blue Ridge Parkway, a favorite for hikers and road trippers, is closed nearly a month each year because of these slides. In 2019, a sudden collapse near Clingman's Dome killed 3 people, trapping them beneath a wave of shattered stone. The United States Geological Survey tracks dozens of landslides each decade, but the warning signs are subtle. A faint grinding noise, hairline cracks in the soil, or the ground itself trembling underfoot. When the mountain starts to move, there's no outrunning it. The only defense is to avoid standing below cliffs or overhangs after storms, and to heed every park ranger warning. In the Appalachians, the very ground beneath you can shift in an instant, turning a peaceful trail into a deadly gauntlet. And finally, in first place, the most relentless killer in the Appalachian Mountains is simply losing your way. The endless forest, thick with rhododendron and tangled laurel, can swallow a hiker in minutes. Visibility drops below 5 meters when fog rolls in, and over 65% of the Appalachian Trail runs through cell phone dead zones. Each year, nearly 300 search and rescue missions are launched for missing hikers, and disorientation factors into 70% of trail deaths. The stakes rise fast. Without a clear route, panic sets in, dehydration and hypothermia take hold, and every other mountain hazard multiplies. In 2021, a hiker near Sandy Ridge vanished for 48 hours after straying from a side trail. By the time rescuers found him, exposure had already claimed his life. The lesson is stark. Never trust a single device or trail marker. Carry a map and compass. Use a satellite messenger for daily check-ins, and always let someone know your plan. In Appalachia, the greatest danger is not what you see, but what you can't find your way out of. Across all 10 dangers, one truth stands out. In the Appalachians, nature's beauty and peril are inseparable. Survival depends not on strength, but on respect for the land's hidden risks. In these mountains, awareness isn't just smart, it's what keeps adventure from turning deadly. Stay sharp out there.